everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with my diamond painting month in review for March 2024. If you're new and you haven't seen these videos before, we're just going to go through the diamond painting kits that I worked on throughout the month of March and talk about anything else fun and special that went on. If you enjoy diamond painting videos like this one, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And if you're interested in seeing my past month in review playlist, because it's a nice way to get kind of a snapshot review and look at the different diamond painting kits I've worked on over the years, there will be a playlist linked below that you're more than welcome to take a look at. So in the month of March, I worked on and completed 3 diamond painting kits, and I have 2 to 4 whips or works in progress going into the month of April, and I'll explain why they range once we get to that part of the video. But I also put up, I think, a total of 19 videos on my YouTube channel, which those are all up if you want to go and take a look at those. And I had the chance to take this first kit that I'm going to share with you guys to actually be signed by the actor that the artwork was inspired by from the show that he was on anyway. And I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But I also participated in some diamond painting events, including the Mermaids and Magic event that was hosted by Shay from Crafting with Shay and Alyssa from the Diamond Painting Accountant, as well as the Stoke Your Dragonfire event hosted by Mackenzie at Dragonwing Diamonds. And it was a good month, you guys. It was a good month. I have my diamond painting logbook here, which is where I just track the different diamond paintings that I've worked on, and I write down things like what the stats, what number finish and start it was, and events I participated in, and, you know, things that I loved, things that I didn't, and various notes and whatnot. I'm actually really coming up on the end of this logbook, and I may finish it in the month of April. We'll see. We'll see. More on that in a bit. But without further ado, let me show you the first kit that I completed in the month of March. I feel like I said the month of May at one point earlier. No, it's the month of March. This kit was one that I was working on towards the end of February and took with me into the month of March and completed. And this is actually a custom that is of artwork by the artist Petite Madame. And I got the artist's permission to have this turned into a diamond painting. And I got it from Jaded Gem Shop. And Jaded Gem Shop actually requires that you share proof that you've gotten the artist's permission in order to get a custom of that artist's work. So I did that. I actually got this in, I think, last year, and I worked on it though this year because I was going to the Supernatural convention in Burbank, and I had decided that I had this kind of wild and crazy idea that I would work on and complete this kit and have the actor for this character, which the character's name is Castiel and the actor is Misha Collins. I would see if he would sign it for me, and he did. So I'm going to go into more depth about what that was like when I do a dedicated post-review video for this particular kit, but it did happen. It's actually his signature is down here at the bottom. So Misha Collins right there. Long story short, I did get to explain to him what diamond painting was, and I think he was maybe a little confused because this is not like an outfit or character or anything, or outfit for this character or kind of vibe of this character anytime on the show. This is kind of an alternate universe fan art of this character. But the title of this piece, by the way, is Wanted Dead or Alive Part 2. There is a Part 1 that is of the Winchester brothers that I have seen completed as a diamond painting, and it looks pretty cool. So the process of ordering a custom from Jaded Gem Shop I found to be pretty simple. There's a spot on the website, you fill out a form, and then she gets some renders for you and sends them to you in a few different sizes. They're like mock-up renders, and then you can kind of decide from there what size you want to get the diamond painting in. I ended up getting this 1 in a 50 by 75 centimeters, which was, I think, the second from the smallest that she suggested. And I do know that if I would have gone larger, I would have gotten even more detail, but I'm pretty okay with how the detail on this one turned out. I did get it with square diamonds because I feel like I enjoy diamond paintings with square diamonds, especially if it's kind of more of a portrait style. I like the finished look of them, of that kind of squares with those kinds of diamond paintings. And it had a total of 54 colors. I started this one on February 9th and finished it on March 11th. It was my 7th finish of the year, 156th finish of my whole diamond painting journey, and I was pretty happy with it, actually. And there's a lot that's really characteristic of Jada Gem Shop, like in terms of their rendering style, the materials that you're gonna get. The one issue that I did run into, and I've already mentioned it to them, they're very well aware and had already compensated for it, but this kit had a lot of 310, which is the color black, in it. It had a ton, like just bags and bags of it. And there was a lot of trash in those diamonds. I'm noticing that across the board, multiple companies, including the like premium companies like this one, honestly, down to the budget companies, 310 squares are just atrocious lately. And the good news is that I was able to be really picky, which I wanted to be because I knew I wanted to take this and be signed. It was going to be special. I was really picky. If there was so much as a pinprick hole in the top, I wasn't using that diamond. I had more than enough. I had tons left over, even picking out all of the even slightly trashed diamonds. So props to Jada Gem Shop for recognizing, like, we're going to give plenty of extra so that if they're unusable drills, you're not going to have an issue. So overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This was a really special piece, and I had a lot of trepidation and anxiety leading up to actually having it signed at the convention, but I did it, and I admit I'm already thinking about what fan art, what other, diamond painting work could I work on next that I could get signed next time. So anyway, this was my first finish for the month, and it was a big one. It was a pretty time-consuming canvas because Jada Gem Shop canvases tend to be very confetti heavy. But in that case, I really felt like it was truly well worth it. Now, my second finish for the month is called Dragon Princess and is by the company Diamond Dots. The artist for this one is Renee Biertemfel. I'm so sorry if I am mispronouncing that woefully. But this was my dragon diamond painting that I worked on during March. And my goal for the year 2024 is to work on one dragon diamond painting per month, sort of in honor of Year of the Dragon. I love and adore dragons anyway, so it was not exactly a big ask. But this is one I decided to work on, and actually my Patreon members helped me choose this artwork. I narrowed it down to 2 really epic dragon kits from Diamond Dots, and this is what got the most votes. So this is actually what we call a partial diamond painting, where there's parts of this canvas that are printed and have no diamonds on them. And then of course there's these areas that do have the diamonds down, like her skin and her face, no diamonds. Some people have strong feelings about partials versus full drill. Full drills where the whole image is diamond painted. I think it depends on the artwork, and in this case with this artwork, I love it. I actually really love it and think that it suits this artwork really well. The size of the artwork is, 85 by 67 centimeters. But that's, I think, of the print. I measured, I think when I unboxed this, that's of the printing on the canvas. Obviously, there's less when it comes to the actual diamonds that were placed. And then this one had 32 colors and round diamonds, including some special drill colors like some crystals in here. The white in her sleeve is actually all white AB. There's some light blue at AB in here as well. Crystals here on the neckline, and then some special shape drills in her earrings and hairpiece. So I am honestly quite delighted with how this turned out. If you went and watched the post review that I did on this kit already, which I'll link it below if you want to go and see me do much more of a deep dive on this particular kit, you will know that I talked about this particular issue I had that made this not super enjoyable to work on, particularly at the end, which is where I ran out of a few colors, multiple colors. Remember how I was talking about with the Jada Gem Shop kit that there was a lot of trash in the 310, but I had tons left over? In this kit, there were a number of drills that were really trashy, and I was trying not to be too picky. There's even a couple of diamonds on here that have those pinprick holes in the top. Even with me trying not to be too picky, I still ran out of multiple drill colors, and not just by a couple, by like dozens. So I had to go diving into my spare drill stash, which I don't have a ton of, and long story short, I made do, but I was pretty bummed that I ran out of multiple colors, and even if I had used every single trash drill There's still a couple of colors I would have absolutely still run out of. So that was a bummer. It's really quite different from my typical Diamond Dots experience. And so I'm inclined to think that this was a fluke, but it's still pretty disappointing. I know. I have yet to contact them and see if there was hypothetically anything they would do to sort of honor the warranty or the guarantee on their kits. That would also include this, which is just that the canvas is fraying quite a bit. I haven't tried to, I haven't seen if it's going to try to go beyond where the pokes are and actually get into the canvas itself, but even still, this is it's a bit unsightly, I would say. So a couple of issues with this particular Diamond Dots kit, but I am not letting that stop me from purchasing future Diamond Dots kits, because this has been, in my experience anyway, the exception rather than the rule. So that being said, I am still just like when I pulled this out, because it's been a couple weeks since I looked at it, I'm just happy. I really do love how it turned out. It's a fun style of artwork, and I think that the rendering is really nice, and that I think it's really pretty, and you could totally put this up and display it. I think it's display worthy. So anyway, this is finish number 2 of the month and number 8 for the year. And then I had one more finish this month. And this was a fun one. This was an interesting one, you guys. So this kit you might or might not have ever even seen before. It's called The Deep Is Mine and is by JoJoes Art. This is from Diamond Art Club. The image at one point was also licensed to Craftably. I had almost bought it at one point from Craftably, but this is from Diamond Art Club, like circa 2019, early 2019. Almost 5 years ago. So it's fascinating to me to see these older kits, I affectionately call them vintage, and to just sort of work on that something that's just this sort of from this moment in time and see how different it is from what there is now. And I'm kicking around if I'd like to do a dedicated post review video for this kit. Let me know please in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing an in-depth post review on this one where I can really kind of deep dive with you. But this kit is obviously no longer available. I actually found it in a D-stash. It is little. It is, let's see, what was it? 32 by 40 centimeters, and round drills. 34 colors, and it had, was it 2 ABs? I can't see. 1 AB, a white AB, 141. And you can kind of see that white AB. It's a little bit like in the nose. It's a little bit in the fish, a little bit up here. And so I was curious. I just was dying to see, how is this going to look? Like, what is this going to look like at this size point? Because if Diamond Art Club did this image today, it would be like at least 50 by 70-ish, I feel like it would be much larger. And so I was curious that her face or their face is really going to be the most telling in my opinion. So I did like the bottom row first and then the top row and saved this middle row for last. And I want to know what you guys think. Honestly, I think they kind of killed it for this size point. I think it looks really good. And I'm not just saying that because like this kit isn't available for, you to buy and me to make a kickback. Like I just think that they did a really nice job. There's some choppiness and like the shading here a little bit, but it's a 32 by 40 centimeter kit. I think that this looks really incredibly good. But that's just me. I have a soft spot for these kind of older kits. Like I've said in a few of my videos now, I was highly amused. Let me show you guys this. When I did like a mini unboxing of it in my Whip and Chat a couple weeks ago. So if you're interested to see me open this up, get first impressions, because I hadn't opened it up until that particular video. I'll try to remember to link that video below in the description. But in there, I was just delighted because when I was opening it up and unrolling it, look at this disclaimer that's at the bottom of this canvas. Larger paintings are preferred for best clarity. Smaller paintings cannot be as detailed. And then the discount code, bigger is better. I love it so much. I think that is just a fantastic disclaimer, and the discount code to be like, go buy something bigger. I don't believe they offered this in like a larger size or anything, but I'm amused that that was a thing that they did at one point. And I'm curious if some of my other older kits from them will have that same disclaimer. I don't think that that discount code is still active, but anyway, just wanted to point that out because it brought me a lot of amusement. So I enjoyed the, I actually kind of really like the older round diamonds that Diamond Art Club had a few years ago. They're not as faceted though. Like they're not quite, they're still, oh, those are pretty sparkly. They're even more faceted and super twinkly now. These are a little more, they're like a little bit flatter on the top actually. But they have like a little bit more thickness to the base, I feel like, that I kind of like. And then, you know, the other stuff like the glue quality, especially like after 5 years, no issues with the glue. The canvas, you can kind of see it here. The canvas was kind of struggling to lay flat just a little bit. I don't totally know why that was. Maybe because it was rolled up so tight for so long. Because the way this one was packed, the way that like I think Diamond Art Club sent it, their kits at the time, is the canvas was rolled by itself. It wasn't rolled around the diamonds. It was just one roll, and then tucked in the box beside the canvas rolled up was the pack of diamonds. So, anyway, those are my initial thoughts. Let me know, like I said, if you'd be interested in seeing a dedicated video that's just a review on this kit where we can talk even more about it, because I do have other thoughts. This is my third and my last finish for the month, and was finish number 9 for the year. So 3 finishes. I feel like a little bit of a slower month in terms of diamond painting, but I was really darn sick at the beginning of the month, and then I was at the convention for several days, and so I didn't have as much time for crafting and making videos. But anyway, let me get into showing you the whips that I have going into April. First, I have this kit from Shimmering Canvases. This is called Butterfly Mermaid and is by the artist Allison Ooh, and is, I believe, 45 by 45 centimeters and has 32 colors and square diamonds. Does this one, this one doesn't have any special drills. I just realized that. That's completely fine. I think it's turning out really, really well. This is a new to me company. I've never worked on a kit from them before, though I have unboxed a couple on my channel. This is one that I purchased. It's the first kit that I purchased with the intention to work on. I like the size point, and I was willing to take a gamble and work on a square drill kit for my first kit from them, because I know they've been in the drill game for a while. I feel like they've had specialty drills for a while. And so I was like, we'll give it a try. And I am enjoying how this is coming together. There are areas that there are a good amount of color blocking, but you can also see where there's some confetti shading in some of these areas, but I feel like it works so far. This is actually my first time seeing it through the camera like this, and so you're getting a bit of a real live reaction from me. Let's see, today is April 2nd, and so I have worked on this for a couple of days. If you really want to get technical, I think that I think I had done up to here at the end of the last day of March, and then since April started, I've done these 3 sections and this 4th section up here. So anyway, this has been really fun. I love working on kits from new to me companies and kind of testing them out so I can give you guys some feedback too, and give you a sense for what the different features and offerings these companies have, so you can decide for yourself, I want to go shop and see what this company has too. This is the company that I unboxed the really large Andreas Roca kit from that just looks incredible. I was a tiny bit tempted to work on that one, but I thought, let me start with a smaller kit, and I'm glad that I went that route. There's a little bit of gapping with some of these square diamonds that I feel like pulled back you don't notice, but when you get up close you do see. And I was really trying hard, even with multi-placing, to kind of make these even, but the diamonds are wanting to kind of shift a little bit once they're down too. So it's been a little bit of a struggle and not something I am as used to dealing with. But yeah, there is some gapping that it's just not quite as tight of a drill field. But I would rather, you can really see it up here, unfortunately. I'm gonna go back through with a straightener and adjust a little bit. But I would rather have, a tiny bit of gapping than have the drill field be so tight that the drills are popping. So that is good. The drill quality is really, really good. There's a tiny bit of 310 in this kit, not very much, because the darkest color up here is actually 939, a really dark blue. There's a tiny bit of 310 down in the corners. those drills are trashy. Like they have the same issues that I am seeing from virtually every other company, at least ones that I happen to have worked on, the kits I happen to have worked on recently. So I just am not holding that against companies at all anymore, because that just seems like that's a struggle that's going on across the board, and it is what it is. But you guys, I'm liking this a lot. I think it's turning out pretty well. There's obviously been some hand charting that has gone in here. You can see a lot of really clean and kind of crisp lines in a number of areas that to me are really indicative of some, like a person has really gone in here and tried to hand chart and choose where the pixels and colors are going to go. I think it's going to suit this artwork really well, and I'm excited to finish it up and be able to share my thoughts on it, you know, having completed the whole thing, and we can talk about it in a lot more detail. So this is my first whip for the month, and then this is kind of my main project. The other 1 to 3 whips that I have going are kind of ongoing projects, and let me explain. First, I'm going to show you my current state of my temperature project for the year. Now, this is, let me try to think of how to explain it. So there is an unboxing video where I also did talk a lot about the process of this particular project. But essentially what I am doing is taking a cross-stitch chart, converting it to a diamond painting on a blank canvas like what you see here. And in reading the chart, there is a designated set of, you know, diamonds, somewhere usually around a dozen to 2 dozen per day. And I have charted out the different colors that I have for each temperature range, which for where I live, I've done like 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit for each color. So for example, when it's 63, it's a high of 63 or 64 degrees Fahrenheit that day, I might be using, you know, this darker color blue. When it's a high of 70 that day, maybe it's this color purple. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Maybe that was in here. But anyway, the idea is that you are basically having a visual representation of what the temperature was throughout the year. And so I've never done a project like this before. I've seen a lot of other people do them, usually in like stitchy circles. Like I've seen temperature blankets, and like this, like I said, is a cross stitch chart that I'm turning into a diamond painting. And there was someone in my Facebook group, Diamonds and Emeralds, that had posted about this exact chart, and the way that I ran to go buy the chart and the materials, which it was such a last minute thing. That's why you're seeing kind of this makeshift canvas situation. This was just a blank canvas that I got from Amazon, and in the future I will plan ahead. I'll get a canvas size from like Jada Gem Shop or something. But I also decided to use glitter drills. These aren't like the glitter dust drills. They're just glitter. There's like chunky glitter that you can kind of see in the tops of these diamonds. It's different from kind of the dust ones that have more of a fine coating. These all have kind of like a gold chunky glitter, and I thought that would kind of be fun for dragon scales. So anyway, the snout here, this was the month of January. This eye and this part of the face was the month of February, and then March was just these 2 spikes here. So this was the beginning of March, and then we went down this way and then went up this way. So that's what March looked like. And so I am staying on top of it. As we keep going, I think that it's gonna have a frill that kind of goes all the way around. I think each set of like spikes is gonna be, you know, each month. So I'll continue to share this with you guys, the progress on it, in my month in review videos, and maybe around the 6-month mark, I'll do like a dedicated video for this project where I can share my thoughts and what I'm thinking ahead to for next year, because I definitely see myself doing these from year to year. Maybe not this exact chart, but some kind of temperature project I think would be really fun. The special drills are from DP with Sparklers, and the chart, the cross stitch chart, is from, is it Christie's Corner or Christie's Crafty Corner on Etsy? So those will be linked below. But anyway, that's my progress on this kit. And then I have 2 more kind of sort of ongoing projects that are a little, I don't know, they're kind of weird ones. So one I didn't bring over to share with you guys because there's nothing new. There's no new progress to share. But I have my, actually on either of these. First, there is the Disney 100 mystery sticker book from Craft Buddy UK that's licensed from Disney. And I've been unboxing those mystery bundles with you guys on my channel here. And I think that based on your feedback, I'm going to count that book as 3 finishes, maybe 4. I think 3 though. But I haven't worked on any more stickers since last month. So I didn't bring it to share with you guys, but technically that's a whip, but it's not like a traditional diamond painting. It's just a little bit of a weird one. And then my 4th kind of whip is my overall giant cross-stitch conversion project that I'm going on. I think I'm coming up on the 2-year mark since I actually started that kit. It's a cross-stitch conversion of a chart that is really incredibly large. It's called Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Amy Stewart. And I'm at the halfway mark on that project, but I did not get started on the 5th panel, the 5th of 8 panels during March. Maybe in April. I'm not totally sure, but I'm like in between panels on that one. So it's not like an active whip, but it's like an overall one. So I thought I would mention it. That being said, let's talk about April. What's going on in April? So obviously I am planning to finish this kit from Shimmering Canvases. I also want to go ahead and pick out another dragon kit to work on for, to have my dragon kit for the month of April. And as far as events I'm kicking around participating in, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I'll mention a few. And also I'll have a couple links below for places you can go to find out about diamond painting events, because I get that question a lot. There's a couple of resources on Facebook and on Instagram, and so check below for those links. But a couple of events I'll mention would be, there's the Halfway to Halloween event, which is just on Instagram. It's just a diamond paint along. It's like a non-event event that's being hosted by Jacqueline of Diamond Art Sparkles and Jamie of Jamie Paints. And it's just a chance to work on a Halloween kit that's not sort of restricted to the Halloween months of kind of September and October, because a lot of us have a lot of Halloween themed kits in our stash and need an excuse to work on them outside of kind of that time frame. I mean, you can work on Halloween kits whenever you want, but sometimes it's fun to be like, no, we're going to call this like a halfway to Halloween season. So there's that diamond paint along. There is the Chrysabug along that the Stealthy Crafter is hosting, and I love Chrysabug's artwork. And so it seems like a no-brainer that I would pull out one of my Chrysabug kits and work on one of those during the month of April, but I haven't decided yet, so we'll see. A couple of events that are going on that I don't know that I'll be participating in, but I wanted to mention because I am kicking around the idea of it, is there's the Dakota-thon, which is a Dakota Deitweiler themed event. Dakota Deitweiler is an artist over at Diamond Art Club. And this year is, she's involved actually with the event itself, but it's being hosted by Kara, the principal painter, and Alyssa from the Diamond Painting Accountant. I'm trying to remember if there's a third host. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting, but yeah, I've done some Dakota Deitweiler kits and they're beautiful. I just don't have it quite in me. I don't think I'll have the time really to work on one during April. But that's a great event. It's been going on for at least, I think, a couple years now. So if you like that artwork, go and check that out. And then there's also the Jaded Jamboree, which is a Jaded Gem Shop themed event that is being hosted by the owner of Jaded Gem Shop and Anthony from Single and Placing. And you guys know I love my Jaded Gem Shop kits. I just don't know. I just finished a Jaded Gem Shop kit, that custom. And so I don't know if I'll be working on one in April. But that event goes through May. So I don't know, maybe in May. We'll see. And then I think, unrelated to events, I think I may finish my logbook this month. I talked about in my whip and chat this week, if you're watching this when this goes live, that I'm currently on the hunt for a logbook that is about the same size as my current logbook. Let's see, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 pages left. But the problem is that this particular notebook is 7.5 by 10 inches or 19 by 25.4 centimeters. Apparently this is what's called a B5 size, and it's just not a common size to get. But I bought this journal from Joann's 3.5 years ago, and they don't carry this like brand in journals anymore. And I just am finding myself being really picky, trying to find just the right logbook to use next, because I've been using this one for 4 years. So I like want the next one to be just right. So we'll see. I've got a little time, but I'm definitely looking at this going, oh, I'm going to finish this in April. I really need to figure that out, but stay tuned. We'll see what happens. But anyway, you guys, that is my month in review of March 2024. And what I'm thinking is I'm looking ahead to April. I also have lots of ideas for videos that I'm hoping that I can make happen for you guys. So please subscribe if you're not already subscribed and want to see what I have in store. And please also, if you like, let me know in the comments below, what did March look like for you? Did you have any diamond painting kits you really loved working on or completing? And do you have any fun plans for April? Whether it's events you're planning to participate in or kits you're really excited to work on or continue working on, please leave a comment below and let me know, because I love just cheering you guys on and seeing what you're working on too, especially because I get to live vicariously through you, because unfortunately there's only so many hours in a day and I can't do nearly as much diamond painting and complete nearly as many of my kits as I wish I could. So I'll just enjoy the rest of them vicariously through you guys. But I hope you enjoyed this month in review. If you had a favorite or thoughts on any of the kits I shared with you today, I look forward to reading those thoughts, and I hope that you have a great start to your April. Thanks again for watching and spending some time with me today. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.